welcome back to
Growing with the Green.
Hey, and I hope you haven't forgotten, but if you have forgotten, I'm Janae Green, and
I am Tanya Green.
And we are
the Green.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
let's talk about this. Let's talk about our podcast. Our podcast where we talk about mental health.
Yeah.
We talk about our relationships and grow through what we go through, right?
Absolutely. We talk about a lot of good stuff, and we just open up a free space for people that may need something as they're going through the journey of becoming who they are.
Absolutely.
Learning new tools on how to get through some of these obstacles that we've been going through in life.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think this is a wonderful place to be able to resonate with what we are experiencing, what we're learning through our own journey, and what we're able to teach you along the way if you don't have those tools, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah. So let's check in at first. How are you doing, Miss Janae Green?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. A lot of different things have been going on and transitioning in my life these last few weeks. So it has been a journey to say the least.
Yeah.
I have learned so much in this past few weeks. It's remarkable to me. I have to pat myself on the back also.
Absolutely. I'll pat you on the back.
Pat you on the back. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've done a lot of work.
For sure. I can tell this way around, in this new transition that you've developed into. I can see the changes within you in ways where you're learning through your past experiences.
Absolutely.
So I definitely see it like a big change in that.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Thank you for seeing that in me.
Yeah.
Because it's different when you see it in yourself, but when someone else could point it out, because it is little things to me. It feels little changes I'm making in order to grow and to move forward.
Yeah.
So when you're able to see it, like I really appreciate that. That to me makes me feel like I am doing that work.
Yeah. So. Sometimes it is hard to see it though. I think that's what we talked about a lot of that, right? But we'll get into that. But I think it is important to share that you've been able to be in this space, and that's from the things that you've learned and things that you also unlearned, which is the topic of discussion today.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're going to be unlearning some things.
Yeah.
But what about yourself? Like, how are you doing?
I am doing pretty good, I must say. I am also in continuing new transitions too. In the transition that I'm in, there's also new things that I'm learning about the place that I'm in now, if that makes sense. So
absolutely,
it's really it really is a big unlearning a lot of things that I used to carry with me that I no longer need to hold, or they're damaging me.
Dang.
So I'm able to see that in my new changes.
Don't go too much into it, because that is the topic at hand today.
Yeah.
Unlearning some things, because we have been taking this journey on learning who we are and becoming who we authentically need to be. And want to be. And we've been also talking about some of the choices we've made in our lives, or some of the choices we haven't made in our lives to help us become who we are.
Yeah, we talked about that in our last podcast, right? The power of choice.
Yeah.
And we've been making those choices now too. But it's also allowed us to realize that there's certain tools that we need in order to be able to choose these things, right?
Absolutely.
To go towards that journey, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things which goes into our podcast today, right? Yeah. I mean, I think it's wonderful to see you in this space now of where you're at today, and I think that has also taken a lot of work. Wouldn't you say?
Yes, it has.
Yeah, I mean that's what growth is. Growth is work, but one of the things that you were able to maybe go beyond is some of these beliefs that you've held for so long.
Ooh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and being able to now unlearn them and find new beliefs that actually are authentic to who you are now in this space, right?
Yeah. Thank you for pointing that out. It has been very hard. Like I know I'm very positive, and the outside world sees me very bubbly and joyful, and that is honest. That is true. That is authentic. That is who I am. But behind closed doors, I do a lot of work on making sure people are able to see that person.
Yeah, definitely.
And the work sometimes is hard. It hurts. It makes me really even emotional right now to think about how far I've come just within a couple years of really trying to navigate who the real Janae is.
Yeah.
Not the Janae that people want to see and the Janae that people want to experience, but authentically, who am I? So the work that gets done behind the scenes sometimes isn't pretty, but it is so worth it.
Definitely.
It is so worth it because I grew up thinking that I needed to be strong at all costs. I grew up thinking that the more control that you had over a situation was more power, and like you needed to know how to control a situation in order to kind of validate, why am I here?
Right.
So a belief of Janae always being the strong one had to get out of my head.
So that's the role that you played is,
yeah,
Janae is the strong one,
Janae
because
is the
that's
strong
how
one.
people perceived you, and that's what was valued there.
The belief of Janae being the strong one is what was hindering me. Thinking that I had to handle everything on my own, plus handle other people's.
Yeah.
Because I am a natural empath, right?
Right.
So even outside of being an empath, I'm a natural people person. People are drawn to me all the time. So sometimes that could be very overwhelming to deal with others' emotions or other people's situations, and also find a way to deal with mine as well.
Yeah.
And when you're the strong one, you deal with it.
Right.
You do it. But I had to unlearn that.
Right.
And it was hard unlearning it. And I say it was hard unlearning it, and it didn't look nice and pretty, for the simple fact is the people that I would hold up sometime, I had to no longer hold them up.
Yeah.
And that was actual. The things that I used to be able to do and not have like a bad conscience about doing them, I couldn't do that anymore because it wasn't feeling good to me anymore.
Yeah.
So being always the strong one wasn't feeling good to me.
It was feeling pretty
It
heavy.
Was being probably heavy.
Yeah.
I felt heavy. I felt exhausted.
Yeah.
I felt unseen. There was so many things that surrounded being the strong one that no longer suited me. It didn't suit me being strong. What am I had to sit with myself and realize, what am I doing to make myself feel this bad? Like, how are other people so happy having me around and joyful and excited when I step into a room, but then when I step out of it and it's just me, I feel bad. And I feel lonely in a crowded room.
Yeah.
So that's what being the strong one did to me.
Yeah.
But when you're raised as, I could even take it back to childhood and like culture wise, like I'm a strong Black woman.
Yes.
I saw strong Black women growing up. My mother, grandmother, aunts, friends. I've seen strong Black women.
Yeah.
I've seen the things that they've had to go through, the struggles, but they were always strong.
Yeah.
And that's what I inherited. I inherit to be the strongest in the room because someone may need you.
Right.
What they don't tell you is, as I was growing up, all of those women, all of those strong women that I knew, they were broken inside in some type of way.
Yeah.
But we didn't see that part. They just powered through it. But I started seeing that part in me. And I knew I didn't want to create any of that with inside of myself, because that I was dealing with things inside of myself that made me also want to deal with it outwardly, and it started becoming more negative. So I maybe
what you were holding was too much, and
what I was holding was too much. So yeah, I was the strong one, being able to deal with certain things. Yeah. But it was breaking me inside, and I knew I would not. I did not want to be the broken one. Yeah. Right. I was not willing to put myself on the line to be broken for everybody else to benefit off of my strength. Yeah. Yeah. So I unlearned how to be strong for everyone, everything, in every situation. I now am trying to learn how to maneuver my strength. Yes. When to use my strength, when to pull back, when is it, you know? So so that is the process I am in now, is learning how to use that in a positive way. Yeah. And not have it break me.
I think that's such a beautiful way that you put it, even going through childhood, culture, because that is a big prominent statement and stigma, I guess. Yeah, that absolutely. You had to be strong. Absolutely. Because at the same time, there are parts where you had to be strong, or else you wouldn't survive, which is such a good attribute. But I think what's missing now is I can live in two worlds. I can be strong and have hard moments.
You better say
right? That. So that's what you depicted right there is maneuvering that.
But you said something that I think others may have not caught. You said that I had to do this because I was in survivor mode. Yeah. Right? And that's the difference. Once you relinquish being in survivor mode and living in survivor mode, you're able to see what you need to unlearn. But while you're still trying to work in survivor mode, those skills, or not skills, those behaviors, right, are manipulated by the negative thought because you're still surviving. Yeah. But once you pull the survival mode out of it and you just are working with that behavior, you see that behavior is no longer serving you. Right. 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 Because I've taken out of, I'm no longer just surviving. I've elevated from just surviving, but that so many people have not stepped out of that mode. Yeah. Due to fear. Yeah. And they no longer need to be in survivor mode.
No, they're safe.
You are safe.
Don't feel safe internally, right? Yeah.
But that's what this is all about. Yeah. Because what did I just say? I'm just now hitting this moment of unlearning. Absolutely. And just that one behavior that I grew into that protected me. Right. Me being the strong Black one, right? Me just being the strong girl, me being the one that my friends could rely on, my families could come to, that protected me. I no longer need that protection. Right. So what are we going to unlearn? You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's my unlearning. That's how I've started the journey of unlearning certain things. Yeah. And that's just one thing. Let me get that perfectly clear. That is just one piece of me that I have started to unlearn.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
there's many more.
There's so many layers to that, right? Yeah. There's I almost think about it because when you mentioned it's hard, it can be uncomfortable, it can be overwhelming. I'm almost thinking as, a snake when they have to shed skin, right? This is something of unlearning. We have to shed. Yeah. But we're taking a layer of us, so it feels uncomfortable, right? But once you completely shed it, you feel renewed, you feel empowered.
It's a weight lifted off because it was dead. Anything dead should not be attached to you. Right. Should not be attached. So why are you holding on to it? But you have to recognize that it's dead. Yeah. In order to let it go, because that's the deadness is the unlearned.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
So that's what I'm unlearning,
Nice.
So don't let it all be on me now, because we got a little deep on me. What are you in a stage of unlearning right now?
Yeah, I think I'm in a constant change of unlearning. I think we both are. Yeah. But I think one of the parts that continue to shed, it's so hard because I lived a lot of my life in this state,
Okay.
So to be able to shed it now, it's
yeah.
continued layers of it.
Okay.
And for me, I think it's hyper independence.
Ooh.
And we've talked
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that
yeah.
a lot in
Yeah.
our relationship,
Absolutely.
right? On
Absolutely.
how you're seeing it. And I think for me is being able to say, I can rely on others for support.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
I don't have to be my own hero all the time.
Okay.
Type thing.
Okay.
So I think even right now being able to, when I need something, being able to feel safe coming to you, coming to others, right? Mm-hmm. And knowing that they're going to be there because I've built healthy relationships moving forward. Yeah, and I'm no longer in the survival mode where I feel like I needed to survive. A lot of my hyper independence came from having to survive, having to do on my own. I started working at 15 years old to be able to provide for a lot of myself, you know, because I needed to. So I think there I became this person of rescue myself, having to give myself,
because you didn't you. So what is the belief there that you were telling yourself, or what was learned back then as you growing up, taking care of yourself and feeling like you didn't have anybody to depend on?
Yeah, in some sense, I think it's not safe.
Okay.
Because when I tried to ask for that, you know, it was met with maybe judgment or um, not ability, and again, to no fault of the people around me, to my family, to my this is all survival. We've had to survive a lot growing up.
Absolutely.
So we had to do what we had to do. Absolutely. But that came with unmet needs, you know, unmet emotional needs, unmet financial needs.
Yeah.
So that I had to meet them myself. And as a young child, you learn, okay, well, if I can't do it for myself, like if I can't do it for myself, I won't have it. You know? So then it continues to trickle to 30. How old am I? 36?
Yeah.
37?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
To even now being able to, like you said, uncover who I am as a person and know that I am safe. Even though you've given me signals, hello, I'm safe. I'm safe, like give it to me. It's still that difficulty of letting go, you know.
I hear that.
So I'm now in the stage of getting to that space.
Yeah.
And you know, through our relationship, through friendships and things like that, I'm able to see that for myself. I can let go of that. I'm good. I can. Good. Others can support me in some ways, and I don't have to always support myself.
Oh, that is amazing work that you've been able to recognize in yourself. So pat yourself on the back too. Pat. Let me get some of that. Let me give some of that.
Thank you.
Because that has been a thing in our relationship that we have talked about and that we have been trying to process through. So like I love that for you. I absolutely love that for you. So what kind of made you recognize that was a behavior that you needed to change and unlearn?
Ooh. I think because we've had this in our relationship, similar topic continuously in our relationship, I think it became a point of unlearning because enough was enough, right? There was so much conflict in my hyper independence. There was always met with this, Tanya, you know, why aren't you allowing me to help you? And me being defensive and me being alone and me growing into like a resentment, right? Because then it became a belief that I said, I need to save myself, right, in order for me to be okay, right? So it continued to be that, but that was false. That's not true, right?
You was feeding yourself that's called a false narrative, right?
Yes, a false narrative.
Absolutely. Giving yourself a false narrative.
Absolutely.
Of like, I'm not safe enough to be able to allow somebody else to do it.
Right. Yes, that was a part. Yeah.
Wow.
So I didn't know that it became a damn, like I am not able to rely on anybody. Like, oh, nobody's there for me. Like, how could you, right? So I saw betrayal in things that weren't even there.
Yeah.
You know? When it became a conflict all the time, I'm like, okay, after a while, when it continues to become a conflict and it's happening around all of my relationships, I need to look at myself and
so it's not just my wife. It's not just me.
It's not
I wasn't the only one.
No, exactly. So I had to look inward and say, this is not working. And what is it about me that I am not liking? What behavior am I not liking, in this relationship?
That's real.
Yeah.
That's absolute real.
And then also remind myself there, like, I am safe.
Yeah.
I am safe around these people. Yeah. These people that I've built relationships with, I've built safety in them. So I don't need to and say, okay, what would happen if, let's say, I allow for somebody else to, I don't know, build something for me, right? When it breaks down, then we know they're not really that good at it, and they tried.
Yeah.
But
you won't ask them again.
Yeah, I won't ask them again, right? Yeah. So it's like the power of allowing it to happen then, right? And saying, okay, I am safe. Whatever happens, I created a shield of armor and around people, around myself, to now feel protected. So I don't need to no longer continue that belief of I'm not safe, because that's not true.
Yeah. You definitely had to work hard on that. It took a while.
Yeah. Still working on it.
Well, still, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it took even longer because that's a difficult thing to recognize, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't know why we were getting in these arguments, and all I'm sitting here thinking of, like, I'm trying to help her. Like, why won't she allow me to help her or care for her in this way?
Right.
Because I personally had never heard of the term even hyper independence, and then I had to look at it and really be like, dang, that is you. And it's funny because it sounds negative, but it also sounds positive. It's like, but I'm independent.
Because I get stuff done, right?
Because you get stuff done. But you get stuff done at what cost?
At what cost, yeah.
At what cost do you get stuff done? Man, thanks for sharing.
Absolutely.
That was great.
Segueing into that, thanks for sharing, is because now I'm able to share with Janae more of what's happening internally. In your head. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it helps. That helps us within our relationship also. Yeah. These struggles and these unlearned behaviors aren't just helping us as individuals. Like, these are things that we also learned in our relationship that they were hindering our relationship.
Right. Yeah.
Because I felt like if you wasn't allowing me to do certain stuff, you taking that from you taking my strength.
Control. Yeah.
Like, you taking my strength.
This is what I do.
This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm here for. But we had to break that stuff down and not even realizing why we were breaking it down the whole time. We were unlearning these things to strengthen ourselves, but also in the same mix, we have been strengthening this relationship too.
Absolutely.
And that all together makes me smile and makes me happy.
I know, it's a lot of growth for sure.
Absolutely, that is a lot of growth.
Yeah.
So now we've talked about like our experiences and some of the things that we have unlearned. Like, what kind of tips can we give the viewers to kind of get them into a mind of recognizing what you even have to unlearn?
Yeah. So I mean, it's thinking, how did we get to this space to begin with, right? And I think for us, and I speak for us because we've talked about it, it's a lot of mindfulness. It's asking ourselves those deep questions, right?
Being aware.
Yeah. So ask yourself, do you notice in your relationships, even in your everyday functioning, are there things that are repetitive that keep on happening that are not doing you good, that are not serving you, that are making you uncomfortable or overwhelmed or ashamed? Like, what's coming into that? And then noticing, what are the beliefs that come from that? Why do you feel that way? Right? Yeah.
That's some good work right there. We definitely want you guys to take out this time and continue to grow and wanting more on this journey for yourself. Sitting down and thinking, what is not serving me right now, is a huge question.
Yeah.
And as you ask yourself these questions, really tap into the behaviors that aren't suiting you.
That's a big one.
And once you realize what actually, and when I say not suiting you, I mean what's not suiting you right now in your life. It could be people, it could be activities, it could be your surroundings. You have to sit down and really tap into the behaviors that you feel are not suiting you. And you may not like what you come up with. And that's okay though, because I didn't like the things that I came up with. Of course I want to be strong. Of course I want to be in control of things. And I want those titles. But once they start becoming detrimental to you and your journey, it's time for you to let them go.
Yeah.
And that's how you will know which behaviors it's time to release.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, again, going back to being able to ask yourself these questions, yeah. What are you scared of? What are you scared of on the other side?
Now that's a huge thing. What are you afraid of on the other side? Because on the other side is growth. Because when you look back, that's what you've already done, right? Mm-hmm. So all you have is to look forward to something. So
yeah, I mean, even for ourselves, what were we be scared of? I know I was scared that if I were to relinquish control in being able to do what I needed to do for myself, then other people were not going to be able to be safe to accomplish those things that I needed, right? Yeah. But after I asked myself that that's what I was scared of, well, are they? Are they going to let you fall? Are they going to?
Okay, so it's bringing things into reality.
Into reality, yeah.
Okay. Facts. I like that. The facts.
Yeah. Instead
there
of just
you go. You have to bring it to reality.
Yeah.
That's the okay. Yeah. Because what I was telling myself was that if I wasn't strong, nobody else was going to be strong. And that was definitely not a true statement. That wasn't reality because I have surrounded myself with strong people, which I've stated before. So why would I think that they wouldn't be able to withhold whatever I was withholding?
Right. Especially in your relationships, right? Where you had people be strong, but also show themselves as, I need help, I need support, when they're crying to you, when they're...
Which isn't a bad thing.
So that's what I'm saying. If you can't see it bad in them, why can't you see it bad? Why do you see it bad within yourself? So I think that's another one too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's the behavior I'm about to start unlearning again. Right? So throw that in the bag. Throw that in the bag. Okay. I see you. About time. Yeah. I like it. She got it, y'all. She got it.
Yeah. But I mean, to definitely wrap up, I think that is the number one key is, and I say this all the time, let's process, let's explore where this comes from.
Yeah.
Let's do the work in asking ourselves these questions. Absolutely. Let's journal, if that's what it takes. Journaling.
Yeah.
Talking to a friend that would give you the honest truth about what's being seen,
And that's what's getting you through the unlearning.
Right.
The unlearned behaviors that you want to continue to look behind you and be like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
I do a lot, which I express to you guys all the time. Music is my safe haven. I promise you, I have a playlist that's called Vibes. When I put that on, I go to a place that no one can touch me. I'm protected, right? And it is me time.
Yeah.
That is time that I'm able to sink in to my thoughts, to my emotions, and really be with myself. So if music is your way out, like she said, journaling, speaking to someone, therapy, Lord knows therapy is an amazing tool that we use quite frequently. And even here, making sure that you're listening to things that are giving you the tools, that are giving you the space that you need to continue to go onto your journey.
Absolutely.
This whole journey is about you becoming you and about what you see yourself doing.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else.
Right.
So, the rules, you're making them up.
Yeah, exactly. This is going to get you to what we discussed in our last episode, right?
Yeah.
To choose the things that you want to do for yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. So this week, we want y'all to choose to unlearn a behavior that you know is not suiting you anymore.
Yes.
Just one. Choose a behavior that is no longer suiting. If it makes you feel uncomfortable at any time, if you have to second guess it, it's not for you anymore.
Yeah.
And be okay with that. Share all of these things with us. Excuse me.
Absolutely.
Share all of this with us.
Please.
Like this video. Share this video. Yo, please subscribe. If you have gotten anything from our conversation today, share it with somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but until next time, we're going with the greens. Hey, peace. We out of here.